Oh, I just realized I don't know if I adjusted the Discord audio to the correct outputs. Give me one sec. Let me make sure I did. Hold on. There we go. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Thousand Faces TTRPG and Go Buff Yourself present a very spontaneous, impromptu Deadlands Savage World one-shot. So, I am joined by 4 out of 5 of our usual Tuesday Savage Worlds members. It's Anna Margaret, being the busy and productive individual that she is, had to skip this week, so rather than taking a week off because we're sick addicts, we're going to have a little one-shot here in the Deadlands setting, which is a Western setting, but with a little bit of weirdness. What was that?
Voices doubled.
The voices doubled. Why? Oh, is it the voice or the music? Hold on.
I don't hear your voice twice on the stream.
Okay.
I did not either.
Oh, all right. Smallville. Maybe I had it. Maybe I had 2 windows open. I've done that. Like literally just now. But like I was saying, this is going to be a one-shot in the Deadlands setting, which is a Savage World setting of Western, but with some weirdness involved. And I am joined, like I said, by 4 out of our 5 regular members. So let's go around and say hello while I adjust everyone's camera position because I didn't know where everyone would be. So let's go ahead and while I move Maddie's screen, say hello to Maddie.
Hi, I'm happy to be here, and the character I'm playing today is possibly my favorite one I've ever created, so I really hope you enjoy him.
I did not
really
know
like
that.
him.
That's
Super
cool.
More than
excited.
Karina. I'm going to tell Karina.
Yeah, go ahead and tell Karina, okay? That mess probably would take that very badly.
The person who controls your spirit doesn't approve. What? And we also have Mav.
The revolution will be televised.
Mhm.
Hi, everybody. Happy Black History Month.
Damn right
It's
it
your
will
boy, your favorite black guy on the internet, Mav. And I'm playing somebody really cool.
Didn't mean to cut you off there, buddy. Lauren.
I'm Lauren. I'm playing Everby Anderson, and I was born and raised in this town, and I'll defend it till the last dying breath I got in my body. Hey, y'all.
And last but not least, Sally.
Hey, you guys. I'm Sally. I'll be playing Nessa. We're going to make her up as we go, pretty much, so this is going to be fun.
That's how you do it. And my name is Ethan. I am going to be your game master for this little fun one-shot. You can find me online as the Buff DM. I also do just one quick promotional thing, and then I'll get into the game. I do have a few games currently available for sign-up on Start Playing Games. I'm going to be adding a few more, because right now they're all in the afternoons. And I know some people want some evening games, so I'm going to be adding some. But if you ever want to get in on a game, hop over there. I'm the Buff DM, and I'd love to play some games with all of you. So with that said, I don't have an intro video for this one shot. Don't shoot me. But we are going to jump into this little story that I am calling Howls in the Night. Yeah.
Where do you find a link to go and get to these one-shots or these games that you
I'll
are
drop 'em in there.
hosting?
I believe it is this.
I would drop.
Oh, you were so kind. Thank you.
Start playing.
You guys go click on that.
All right. The town of Coffin Rock, Colorado is a small town that was the result of a gold rush where gold and some ghost rock actually were found in the nearby hills. The town quickly exploded in population and size, but the veins soon dried up. And now, a large number of the buildings here in Coffin Rock sit abandoned. the population now dwindled to under 100 souls at a given time, with fewer and fewer people coming and more people going. What brought each of the four of you here, that's your business. But where we now find you is, of course, in the saloon. You have to start a one-shot in a tavern. So here in the Squeaky Saddle Saloon, where there are, at this point, about 14 or 15 people, so a rather sizable percentage of the town is actually here in the tavern. Wow, I've played way too many D&D games. Here in the saloon at any given time, it's a tavern too, because the saloon offers the one thing that still makes Coffin Rock worth it. Distraction. Alcohol and company and music and games and everything that can make the individuals who live here in this dwindling town forget the fact that they're probably going to die here. And as whiskey is slung, drunken games are being played, the camera pulls into a table where we see the four of you. I'm going to make a roll to see who we're going to get the first description from. Mav, would you mind leading us off?
Well, I sure will, mysterious voice in the sky. Well, what you see is a 5'11" black man in a nice brimmed hat. Well, it's a nice hat. A wonderful vest and white shirt with his sleeves rolled up. With what do you call it? I don't know what it's called, but it's the thing that Clint Eastwood wore in
a duster?
His movies. Yes.
Like the long leather coat? Oh, bandolier.
No, the long leather.
The poncho thing. The poncho thing?
Poncho.
Yeah.
There we go.
There
we go. We got there.
Poncho piece for Mexico.
Cloth poncho.
Oh, got it.
Thank you. Cloth poncho. Put back. His hands are on the table. He's just dealing some cards. Looking at his hand. He's dealt to the other members of the group. He has a scruff beard and a nice little mustache, and he's just sitting there drinking, playing cards, and just kind of happy to be here with his people. He has two very nice pistols that don't look like they belong to him, but they are his. And he's got some nice boots on, so there you go.
We hear the sound of the cards being dealt down onto the table, and the camera pans around to the individual to the left of the dealer. Who would that be? Maddie.
I think Billy would be sitting to the left, as he knows very well that Leroy tends to pull his cards a little to the left when he's reading them. So, as he's watching the cards, you see a 14, 15-year-old boy wearing a leather jacket that is far too big for him, and a rather, at least at one point, dashing suit. He's got it buttoned all the way up to his collar. It's worn, it's old. He's got a vest on that is missing more buttons than it still has on, but he looks like a respectable young lad. And as he's sitting there, he's kind of peeking at Leroy's cards a little bit and watching people around him, keeping an eye on everyone. He's got dusty blonde hair and a little tiny bit of peach fuzz that he's definitely trying to pass out as a proper mustache, but it's definitely not coming in very good at all. And he's just gonna peek at his cards, look at the rest of the people at the table, try to sneak a drink off one of the barmaids' trays as they walk by.
I would love a roll for that.
What would you like?
Well, I'm going to actually let that be your call. There are a couple skills here that could apply. There is obviously stealth, or maybe athletics. It depends on how you are trying to do it. Like, are you trying to do this in a sneaky way, or are you just trying to do it super fast so that they wouldn't even notice?
Basically, as she's leaning towards the other table, he's just going to lean back and just reach out and try to just slowly take one. So I'm going to go with the stealth check.
Make me a stealth roll. So just a reminder here for all of you who might be new to Savage Worlds, whenever a wild card, that's a big character like our PCs here, makes a roll, they get to roll an additional die along with it, and if any of their dice roll the maximum value, so for example, a 6 on a d6, the dice explode, or ace, and they get to roll them again. So what did you get, Billy?
I got a 7 because my wild dice exploded, so I got a 7.
Ooh, very nice. So with a 7, you're actually sneaky enough that you go to grab the first one and you notice that it's a used one. Like there is a chewed up cigar butt stuck into it, and you made little enough, or you drew little enough attention that you were even able to set that down and grab a fresher one. And so as we see the 15, 16-year-old boy snagging a little glass of whiskey here, we cut over to the left of Billy. Which of the two of you is in the middle?
Everby Anderson. Everby is not super tall. She's about 5'5". She's got long dark hair that's braided off to one side of her head, and it sits neatly underneath a well cared for hat, a Stetson, really. Her pride and joy. She's wearing overalls that are unsnapped at the top and tied around the waist. She's wearing a button-down shirt and a bandolier across it with a vest over the top. She looks well-kitted. She's wearing very nice shoes that have seen a lot of dust and dirt. And she's just sitting there leaning over the table with her drink in her hand, passing it from one hand to the other between herself, just grinning at this boy. You know, there might be some hope for you yet.
Begging your pardon, missus, but there's always been hope for me. You know this. And he's just going to take the shot and wince and pathetically try to hide it.
As you say.
Bill, you drink it again.
I always start young in this town. You know that.
You're right.
And
better stuff.
And the fourth member of this particular card game.
So you see Nessa sitting over there. She has her hat pulled down pretty much as far as it can go, and she takes a shot of whiskey, and then after she gets done, she pulls back up her scarf, which covers her scars and everything, and she's just looking at her cards. She's a taller woman dressed in a full duster with a Stetson, boots, and a quick draw, but you can't tell what kind of gun she has on her hip because her duster's covering it. And she is very quiet, and she says nothing.
Everybody go ahead and take a Benny for those initial character descriptions.
Benny, 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 Benny! Sorry, it's the currency.
Well, you guys have, no, except the bennies, because I'm cursed, and he gets a Benny.
Yeah, I start with an extra Benny because of the curse hindrance from Nessa over here.
Sweet.
Love it.
It also means if there's a random effect that's going to happen, there's a high chance that it will happen to Nessa. But the four of you playing a little bit, the sun is starting to set outside, and you see that as there is the sound of the doors being pushed open, swinging open and shut, and an old familiar to you all, maybe not friendly, but at least familiar, the population is small right now, of Coffin Rock, a familiar man. His name is Abraham Smith. he has a small, barely scraping by farm just right on the outskirts of town. And he walks in with... Actually, all of you, as he walks in, if you think that you would be paying attention to him whatsoever, go ahead and make me a notice check.
Okay, so Billy's not going to be paying attention.
Cool.
He's going to be trying to avoid eye contact. But he's also going to be trying to switch one of Leroy's cards with his as this guy walks in through the door.
Well, then instead, I would like a stealth check from you.
So we roll the die of our notice and then a 6 die too. And
Correct.
if one of those explodes or just the wild one.
Explosions can happen to any die, but
Cool.
just remember
Okay.
that when you're rolling your wild die, they don't add together with your other die. It's just giving you 2 chances. So the
Okay.
D6 and whatever your other die operate independently. So just
Okay,
remember
and when
that.
it explodes, then you can re-roll that, and that can get added to the other one. Got it.
To the, like, if the D6 explodes, you can add it to the D6, not the other way. I see a 10 from Everby, which is a success with a raise.
I rolled a 4 on my D4, so I got to roll.
Yep,
that's
it
a raise,
explodes.
right? Explodes. Yeah. And I rolled like a 2 on my 6 die, and that is, god damn it.
Well, if
Alright,
it's a
so-
2 on your 6 die, your 4 is the higher one. So what did the explosion get?
The explosion got a 2 as well, so 6.
6 total, which
Yeah.
is going to beat Billy's stealth roll. So that's something we'll talk about. And Nessa, what did you get?
Nessa
4?
got a 4.
Clean success. Okay, so we have all successes here, but I do want to point out that while I am going to describe what happens next, Leroy, you also do notice little Billy Boy trying to going to exchange a card. That's just saying you notice as well as what I'm going to describe. Nessa, Everby, and Leroy, because you were the 3 who were paying attention, you would notice that Abraham, everyone around here tends to drink a little bit. He's never been a huge, he's not someone you're used to seeing getting shit-faced in the Squeaky Saddle Saloon. But he comes in and just beelines it straight for the bar and doesn't even sit down, just kind of bumps into the bar and says, he pulls out some coin with shaking hands and a little bit of cash and drops it down on the counter. However much that'll get me. Everby, you also notice that his eyes were wide and wild when he walked in. Yet, he didn't look around nervously at any point, so you don't get the impression that whatever is freaking him out is someone here. But he does seem freaked as he walks to the bar, and the man behind the bar, gruff handlebar mustache, just starts pushing the coins into little piles, doing a quick count. All right. And he comes back with a half empty or half full, depending on your outlook, bottle of whiskey, and just drops it down on the bar in front of Abraham, who just falls into the stool almost and just grabs the bottle, takes one big swig, and then sets the bottle back down in front of him and looks at it with a 1,000-yard stare.
Ever be noticing this? When he comes he barrels in, and we've seen Abe lots of times. I grew up in this town. I've seen Abe from top to bottom in all stages of his being. And this is atypical. So she is just going to lean forward, put her glass in front of her mouth to shield her mouth, but say, check out on Abe. That ain't right. To the table.
Do you think he noticed what I took last night? Would that upset him? It was only a horse.
You stealing horses now?
Money's hard to come by.
Where'd you go? Oh my God. Oh, I'm so proud of you. No, it ain't right. I don't think it's about you.
Leroy kind of just, hey, Billy, I got a question for you.
Yes,
What's-
sir.
What's 5 foot tall with 10 fingers and 6 holes in it?
I
And
don't
you
know
just hear a
math.
click. You can steal from other people, but you better not steal from us. And better not steal from me. If you need something, I'll get it to you.
As
I
you
do
looking
not
at my
know what
hand.
you were talking about.
And as the sound of the hammer being cocked, we just see like right under the table as Leroy's hand. You didn't draw the. I don't think you would pulled your shooting iron out, but you definitely have your hand on it so that you could loudly cock the hammer,
Of course, you know.
which does get a few quick glances your way, as that's a sound people are attuned to, and so they hear that and just look over.
Mind your own.
I'm just testing you. Just testing you. You'll pass you back your card.
Nessa rolls her eyes. That's all you can see, and then she is very fixated on the guy at the bar. Is it with a 4? Could she like tell if he's shaking, or perhaps like what he's feeling emotionally more than?
So from where you are and what you saw, you didn't see as much shaking, though now that he has settled down at the bar and is still just staring at the bottle while grabbing it and taking occasional gulps of it. Just, he sets it back down, and his hands were shaking for the first sip or two. They're starting to steady a little bit now, but he is blocking out everything right now. And that bottle and the stool beneath his ass is the only thing that exists right now.
So Nessa will pretty much go, I need another. And she'll stand up and go to the bar to go and grab herself another drink. And she'll go right next to him and walk up next to the bar and sort of glance over at him, wondering if he's even acknowledging her as a person.
He doesn't seem to. Like, there is nothing overt.
Nessa does not remember his name. This is very true.
Hey,
Abraham.
No, she probably wouldn't even remember
That's
his
fair.
name fully, because she probably wouldn't. So she'd be like, "Hey, you doing okay over there?" And she has her scarf pulled up, so he can't see her mouth at all. All he can see is her eyes.
And he just kind of looks over at you from the bottle. His eyes are bloodshot. And he's an older man who's lived out here in the West. He's sun-beaten like an old saddlebag, but the circles under his eyes are dark. You don't think he slept any time recently. And he just looks at you. Is anyone around here really that all right? No. Takes a big glug.
Well, I guess you're right, but you look a lot worse for wear than me, that's for sure. And let's be honest, I look way worse. And she pulls down her scarf.
What do we
And you
see?
can see her scar. So you pretty much see this giant scar that goes straight down her face. It's a lot less than what I'm housing right now, but she has one that goes right down her eye, and it has a big chunk out of her cheek, like a Jonah Hex sort of situation. She was cursed, and in that moment, she got this giant scar that's across her face.
As you show him that, Jesus Christ, lady. Put that in perspective for me, I suppose. Well, no, it ain't me or anything, but fucking wolves. Got to every last one of my sheep.
Did you see the wolf?
They killed Eleanor.
Is that your wife?
No! Well, it was my favorite sheep. I raised her.
I don't want to know more. I don't.
Why
wanna
does
know
everyone
no
assume that? Can a man have a platonic love of a pet? Shit!
Apologies. And then she's gonna take some of his whiskey and drink a little, and then give it back to him.
He, after you bring it, set it back down in front of him, he looks at the bottle for a second, and then, without making eye contact with you, he takes the bottle and he like wipes it on his shirt, wipes the lip of it on his shirt a little bit before taking a drink. Everby, I saw a hand.
She, upon hearing Eleanor's name, gets a little gets a little out of sorts, and comes on over to the bar directly next to our friend here. And Abraham, I'm so sorry to hear about Eleanor.
And as you like break down a little bit, like all emotional strength that he had, along with the loosening of inhibitions from the whiskeys. I've been alone out here so long, and whenever things felt depressing, at least, you know, my sheep they gave me purpose. Now I can't even walk up there. They're torn to pieces. And he just takes a huge drink from the bottle and slams it down. Shit.
Wow.
Billy?
So as this is happening, Billy's gonna lean over to Lee. So, do you think I should return his horse?
And some shit stole my horse! You just hear from over at the bar. Not that is important compared to what happened to the whole flock, but it's just insult to injury, Everby.
Put it back at nighttime.
Pats him on the shoulder and just looks over at Billy. No, the people these days.
Billy will just kind of hide himself by reaching over the table and taking the two women's cards and looking at them and putting them back down.
Rearrange them a little bit, swap them around.
Yeah, all right in front of Leroy, just kind of even looking at him as he does it.
It's like
Billy, what?
it's like an
I
auto
thought
fail
you
on
gotta
this,
play this game.
a willful auto fail on the stealth check. Not even gonna try.
Definitely.
Look, can you not play a simple card game without cheating?
Well, part of this is a simple card game. I have a plan. I'm gonna win. Don't worry about it.
Tell me. What? We're all what? No, that's not how this works. And also, get that man his horse back. He lost his wife.
Fine. And he's gonna get up and head to behind the saloon where he keeps his property and try to find which horse was his.
I really, I know this is silly, but I have to ask for this. Could you make me a smarts check? Please fail.
There's a lot of moving pieces here.
Okay, I'm going to keep my epic fail because to me it suits him.
How
He's
epic
not-
a fail? As in ones on both dice?
Ones on both dice.
Critical fail. Yeah. So
Yeah, critical fail.
you walk out, like you didn't hitch up your stolen horse right out front of the saloon.
No,
So
I go just behind where
Right.
there's this abandoned building and it's kind of right beside a lot from a burned out place and
Yeah.
it's just,
No,
just
but
a
you
good place.
But this is where you hitched up the horse. It was right. You left it right back here.
Shit.
I swear.
Oh, she's gonna be so mad. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's
And I think
fine.
that with a critical fail, you, Billy, aren't putting together the pieces that you may have just forgotten where you hitched up the
God, no.
horse and are
He is certain it was
100%
here.
convinced that something bad has happened. Either someone else stole this horse or the horse. You're 100% convinced of a terrible
Like he
reason.
is so convinced that he finds a piece of leather that's like 3 inches long that could have been like a lead, and he's just like,
Take a penny.
and he's just gonna grab the leather and just like, Oh, she's gonna be so pissed. Oh, and he's just gonna like kind of pace for about 20 minutes, trying to figure out what to say and what to do in this situation without looking behind him where the horse is just like 10 feet behind him.
Yeah, like it's what we see as because we're looking at Billy head on, and we can see kind of like down, not quite an alley, but a narrow path here where there are several buildings and gaps between. We see Billy with the lead, or the quote-unquote supposed lead, in his hand. Oh, fuck, what do I do? What do I do? And we can just see a little blurry in the background as the horse just walks around a corner and is just nibbling at some grass and still hitched up, but the lead just gives enough room and then just walks back around that corner so that when Billy turns around in panic, the horse isn't there. Leroy?
As Billy walks out, I was like, what is this little shit doing? And picks up Billy's cards. Billy has 6 cards. Some of them drawn.
Please say this is Texas Hold'em.
Yes. No, it's regular poker.
Oh, okay.
Like, why does Billy have 6 cards? That's not even with this deck.
There isn't an 11.
There are 2 aces of hearts in his hand.
The fuck? What is this little boy do? Starts looking around, and there's just like a stack underneath the table where it's just like fake cards.
Yeah,
that Billy has made.
Given Billy's critical smarts fail just now, I'm going to say you pull out like a few of these and look at them, and there's an 11 of spades is one of the cards. So
that little shit. Billy! Billy, where'd you go?
And so Billy from outside, and we're going to cut back to the bar here in a second and cut back a minute or two. But as Billy is out there freaking out, you just hear through the back door Leroy's voice, Billy! Do you go back in? Do you stay outside?
He's going to wipe the 1 or 2 tears that have panically come down his face, because that's not manly, and he's going to wipe them off and wipe the few more that follow up. And then he's going to tighten his little tiny makeshift like kind of tie that he made himself because he wanted to look proper. Straighten his coat, walk in, try to look a lot less panicked, and then as Leroy yells his name, he's gonna kind of scamper up. What did I do wrong this time? And he's gonna sit down.
Fucking shit! What is this?
And you see the 11 of spades.
I was making my own game.
Give my own goddamn money back. Give me my fucking money back.
And as this conversation is happening, we cut back to the 3 at the bar, Everby, Nessa, and Abraham, who have been there.
So you said there were wolves that came and tore back. Oh, and she's just rubbing his back.
The pack has
making eye contact with Nessa.
The pack has been trying their damnedest to get to the flock for the last month. I've been out there every fucking night with my rifle, making sure they don't get in, but they hadn't been around the last few nights. So I figure I could call it early, and heading into bed, and later that night I heard a sound from my stables, and I went out. I found out that my horse was fucking missing. And then
I'm really sorry about that. I have no idea. Looks at Nessa. I have no idea who would do such a. Anyway, you said you went out to the barn.
Well, and that's when I heard the howling. I ran over to the pen, but by the time I got there were a few wolves still in there, but it was nothing but blood and legs. Got every one of them. Even the lambs.
Damn.
And
That sounds suspicious. Poor things, half-eaten all over the place. Didn't you say their body parts were laying around still?
well, I got there before they got to eat everything, but shot at them. They ran off, but there weren't any of the sheep alive by the time I got there, though.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh. And he grabs the whiskey bottle. Here's to Eleanor, Dan. And he goes and takes a shot or a swig out of it and drops it down. Hey, you. And he points at you, Nessa. You look scary as shit. You
Thanks.
You ever hunted or killed any wolves before?
And Nessa looks at her glass, and she has a little bit of whiskey in it, and she just shoots it. She's like, I've killed a lot of stuff. Stuff that would terrify you more than wolves.
Well, I don't have much, but I got a few dollars still in my name. You can kill the fucking things that did this. I've been mighty appreciative.
Oh. It's all right. Oh. I'm sure it'll be. I'm sure it'll be all right. You know, you pick up where you left off, right? We're gonna get them, aren't we, Nessa?
Nessa just looks over at Everby and then looks at the guy. Oh, hell. Yeah, sure. We're gonna help them. Let's go kill some animals who were just trying to eat. Yeah, we're gonna fix it.
We could relocate them, probably. Or you did say it was awfully suspicious that it wiped out the entire flock. I mean, and she goes to recover. She starts rubbing her hand on the back of Abe. The sad flock. But maybe there's more to it, right?
You're right. This does seem kind of interesting now. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna help you out, Abe. And Eleanor, we're gonna help you out, and the memory of Eleanor will endure. Okay, this is great. I'm gonna go back to the table.
Raises the bottle while damn near sobbing. Takes another drink.
Don't forget to drink some water with that, Abe, and starts following Nessa.
Everby, you know where my farm is.
I sure do, sir. I shot my first wolf on your property at the age of 4.
If you're
Got you.
and he like gets up from the bar to follow where the two of you are heading and stumbles his way over, following behind.
No.
If you are gonna be able to help with the wolves, they only came out. I only heard the howling at night. They never came out. I never saw them during the day, so I don't know if that's important for hunting them.
That's usually
And then he like sees Leroy and Billy. And what does he see when he finally looks over at the two of you?
Billy, these don't go with the set. There are 2 different backs to this, and there's no such thing as an ace of 11s. What the hell is that?
How do you not know this?
Billy,
Lee,
this is
Lee.
your drawing. Shush me,
Stop.
you fucking
Have
child.
you ever heard of the game 11s? 11s is a game. I got taught. Those lovely folks that came through town last week taught me 11s, okay? I just wanted to start a new game with you.
Bandits.
The fact you won't play with me is very telling that you think you're gonna lose.
First of all, that's a damn lie.
Oh,
Can't think
Says
of
you who
anything.
pulled down. You are a poor loser. Check your pockets, bro, because you lost a lot. And he's gonna pull out Lee's wallet that he took earlier that night and pop it on the table.
Yeah, you stop.
You really should pay attention more.
I fucking hate
Damn,
shit.
you gotta be one of the shittiest poker players in Coffin Rock. Losing to this here kid. But, sorry. Not my business. Not my business.
You
I
wanna
apologize.
play too?
No, hey,
I ain't no kid. You offering to play?
Well,
He's gonna stand up and like try to make himself look tall, even though he's like 4'9". We have a game
Lee-
or what, old man?
Oh
Lee
shit!
kicks this fucking chair from underneath Billy.
If you go to kick the chair, then I would love contested athletics rolls from Leroy and Billy.
All right.
Cool. Explosion. Explosion again.
Jesus.
2 6s, man. 2 goddamn 6s. 3 6s. Fuck this shit.
Jesus.
I'm done.
Nope, keep going.
Nope.
Billy
That
got
goes.
a 3, so
All right.
He's
So
4.
Abraham was.
Who's gonna break a shin?
Yeah, Abraham was thinking of something clever to say, but as he was about to, boy, you're nuts, ain't it? And then the chair gets kicked out from underneath you, and you just go flat on your ass. Anyway, you two, thank you. Just like the laugh just cuts off as he just redirects his attention to you two. Thank you for agreeing to help. I'm going. And he shakes the bottle. I got a date with this. And he shuffles back up to the bar and starts drowning his sorrows.
See, I was gonna get you something for your birthday. Now I'm not gonna get shit for you.
What the hell, y'all?
Hey,
I think he's sensitive. And Billy's gonna stand up and wipe the dirt off and try to look tough as he landed on his tailbone, so he's standing a little funny. He'll just perch himself on the end of the chair as he puts it back up. So what was all that deal of mangled sheep?
New one now?
Sounds fun. What you were talking to old Abe about?
Oh, mangled sheep. The whole flock. What did we agree to? I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I was just really feeling real bad for him and whatnot, and I just really wish we could fix it. Nessa?
Nessa's sitting there, and she's gathered all the money on the table because she ain't trusting nobody no more. So she's gathered what she has and put it in her pockets. She's no longer playing. She's sitting there with her head down, and she's holding her necklace in her hand and stroking it. And she's like, the things he said about the wolves, there's something more here, you guys. And of course, Everbee was like, yeah, we'll totally help you. So there we go.
What are we going to tell the oldest man? He may not be the oldest man in town, but he's the oldest man in town. I know. We really going to
Everbee?
tell him, you don't see
Everbee?
yourself. What?
Can you please make me a notice check?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
She was so cute going on her little rant.
All right.
You get to maybe not the oldest man in Coffin Rock when you realize that Abraham has walked back up to your table. Luckily, he seems not to have noticed. But he puts one arm on each of your shoulders, Everbee and Nessa, and kind of leans in. You can smell at this point, third of a bottle of whiskey on his breath as he leans in. I just remember one thing. I think I remembered it. Hold on.
Ooh.
There it is. When the wolves were running off, I could have sworn I saw this man off in the distance watching them. Yeah, I thought. And suddenly he looks a little confused, and don't listen to me. I've had too much or not enough. And he
We'll look after it.
Go-
Thank you so much.
Goes back to his drink, and you can hear him even as he's walking over. Now, you don't know what you're talking about, Abe.
Nessa, a man! Suspicious.
Suspicious.
bird.
Hey, Ethan. Yeah. Ethan, I was curious. What time of the day is it?
At this point, it is, like I said, the sun's starting to set, so early evening.
Okay. How far away is his farm, Everby? You said you've been there before. You shot
It's
a
about a
wolf
15-minute
there?
walk from here.
Yeah, I learned how to hunt
Yeah.
them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw the horse outside, by the way.
Oh, did what horse? There wasn't a horse. There is no horse. And he's gonna look
We'll
really
talk
quite
about this later,
sad
but
as he pulls out the little piece of leather. I think whatever got his sheep got his horse.
You lost that man's horse too.
I don't lose things. I take things. But yes.
I can guarantee you Nessa is smart enough that if she walks out of this place, she'll be able to spot the horse pretty fast. But in the sense of it right now, we will talk about the horse later, so let's not even talk about that. If they attack at night, if we got to walk a good distance, we got to figure this out because we can't all ride. Do we all have horses? I know one of us does.
I got a horse. Dynamite.
I hoof it.
Lose it, Benny. No, kidding. Joke. Jesus.
So fucking cool. Savage world.
Yeah, that's the savage part. Is that savage?
You lose a bet.
The DM is just
That was a
savage.
terrible joke.
Respect.
Lee, can I ride your horse? You wouldn't let me ride him last week.
Why am
Also,
I
do you
stuck?
keep him in the front or the back?
Black Dynamite sits out front with the rest of the horses.
Good to know.
You know this.
I just double checking, making sure that your horse is safe.
I really can't even remember where he kept a stolen horse. Don't look. It's fine. Ugh. Anyway, I'll get to walking.
What are you talking about? Your horse is out front too.
No, I said I would. But if I ride the horse, then my joke isn't as funny.
I'll be honest, it wasn't that funny to begin with.
Well, damn, that was just rude as hell.
Savage.
Fine, I needed it. I can't go around be telling subpar jokes. Fuck. All right, let's go.
So,
That's why she keeps me around. I'm honest. And he's going to give like a little bow and follow her.
you all exit the Squeaky Saddle, where two of your horses are hitched up outside. Dynamite and Everby. Did you have a horse as well?
No, that was the joke.
But then Leroy did say that Everby had a horse. So given
I
that
have a
world
horse.
building, what is your
Yeah.
horse? What is your horse's name?
Stallion.
Stallion?
With a Y.
Your
With a Y.
your horse's name is Stallion?
Yeah, it's a girl horse.
Got it. Okay.
Could we purchase a horse? I didn't even know we could purchase. a horse.
if you want your character to have had a horse, you can have one for free.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Okay.
know.
Yeah,
I
my
didn't-
character
I
would
didn't-
have a horse because
Yeah.
she has a riding experience.
Totally
too and
then.
stuff. I was looking on the gear and stuff, and I was like, where the heck is the horse? I can see all the other.
You can
things.
buy a horse, but also it's a one shot. You can have a horse. What's the
We
name?
just had horses
Aw,
airdrop in.
that's so nice.
Yeah, just a little transport helicopter just drops off a couple horses. So,
Got a kill streak. Care
Nessa,
package.
yeah, very much. Nessa, what's the name of your horse?
Mary.
Mary, all right. And I would ask Billy, but Billy doesn't currently have the horse.
He does not have a horse. But as they all start
Come on,
saddling
Billy.
up the horses, he's going to go up to one of the horses that's just at the edge, like at the very far end, and he's going to look at the horse. He's going to look at the patrons through the window. He may not be smart, but he does watch people. So he knows that the patron who owns this horse is currently about a bottle and a half deep, and it's looking very red of face. And he suspects he will not notice if he borrows this one. So he's just going to hook it up a little bit, untie,
So
bridle.
here's what I'm going to ask, because you're right. The gentleman to whom this horse belongs is very not paying attention. So we're not going to make a stealth roll, but I do need a riding roll from you. I don't need a riding roll from the others because it's just basic riding your own horse. But for riding someone else's, yes, I do need a riding check.
This is going to be great, because I originally had him with riding, because I'm like, okay, this kid steals horses. He'd be good at riding.
Yeah.
And then I ran out of points, and I'm like, I'll just take that off. So,
I'll never come in relevant.
but that's okay, because I have gotten 2 explosions on my D4. So it is 10 minus 2, so 8.
That is success with a raise. So, you absolutely succeed, no problem. This is a pretty docile horse. You know, his really fast galloping years are probably a little behind him on the trail. So as you swing into the saddle here, just listens to your little nudges and tugs on the rein without any problem. Just a chestnut horse with a star in the center of the forehead. And the 4 of you, now all 4 mounted, begin to ride off to Abraham Smith's farm. We're going to go ahead and take our first little quick break so people can get drinks, bathroom break, all of that. We'll be back in just like between 5 and 8 minutes, everyone, so don't go anywhere. We will see you soon and see what this is all about. I just traumatized my players by listing a number of the sheep jokes that I learned while I was a Scot in the Renaissance Fair for 7 years. There are a lot of them, and they're terrible. All right, we are back, so let me shift the music here. Yeah, we don't need that. We need this. There we go. As the 4 of you begin to approach Abraham's farm, led by Everbee and potentially Billy, who have been there before, knowing exactly where it is, there are distant, dark storm clouds where you can see occasional lightning flickering inside of the dark gray clouds, but they are off in the distance. It is getting close to full-on dark by the time you all get here. Abraham's farm is relatively simple. It's nothing really to write home about. There is a chicken coop, a stable, and there are pens where livestock is kept. He still has a couple cows in a separate area, but the area where all of you know or where two of you know that the sheep would be kept, is off behind the house. So you all ride up to the farm. What you doing?
Okay, so how you tie the horse so it does not get away, and he's going to like start demonstrating how to tie a horse on a hitching post, as if the other three are not riders of their own account. But he'll tie it wrong the first 2 times, then retie it properly this time, double check the knot. Yeah, pull on it tight, anxiously check it again. Okay, so the barn is this way, and he'll just start walking towards the barn.
Pick this kid up. Which one of y'all did this? And why do I get stuck with babysitting duty every time? Where the fuck are y'all two every time?
You're just really good with kids, man. It ain't a personal thing.
I ain't a
What?
kid.
What are we talking about? Oh, yes, you are. Shut up.
I mean, in comparison.
And Nessa, I saw your hand.
I was just wondering. So Nessa has occult skills and different other things. She's going to probably, she's hunted a lot. First thing she's going to do as soon as she gets to the grounds, she's going to look at footprints, and she's going to see if there's any tracks around as they walk towards the barn.
I love that. Okay, so you said just now as you head towards the barn, yeah? So you weren't heading towards the pen where the sheep would be kept?
Pen, yeah.
Okay, so you are heading that way.
Wherever Billy is leading us right now, because Billy is leading the way.
So Billy, are you leading towards the barn, like the stable where the horses were, or are you leading towards where
he's going towards where the barn would be, where the sheep are.
Okay, got it. Because
as he's definitely clocked the sheep before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in that case, could you, Nessa, make me a notice check or survival, if you have that?
I do not have survival.
Okay,
I do have notice. I have like occult faith.
So occult might come up here in a bit, but let me let you know your options here between notice and survival. Notice would be literally like seeing the tracks, while survival would be both seeing the tracks and then gleaning some information therein. So it's a tougher roll because you're untrained in it. That's a tough roll. But if you wanted to try to make it, it has the potential to give you more information. Your call between that or notice.
So it would pretty much be a 4 die because I don't know.
You still roll a
I don't
d6.
have it as a thing.
You still roll your wild die.
Okay.
So it would be a d4 minus 2 and your wild die.
Oh my god. I'm gonna do my notice.
Okay,
let's do my notice.
Let's do it.
Okay, exploded.
Let's go.
And then plus a 5, so 11.
Woohoo! Okay, so that is a success with a raise and almost a second one. So first I'm going to start with what all of you see. And what all of you see is you start heading around the small shack of a house towards where the sheep were kept. The first thing you actually notice is a sound. A torrent of flies that are so many, you hear them before you round the corner. And as you round the corner, you see it. It is a nightmarishly tragic and bloody scene. With that notice check, you, Nessa, also pick up on a few other things. But before I tell you that, I do have a question. Exactly where, I know you're looking around here. What's the general area you're like looking in? Are you looking in the pen, or in where the sheep were kept, and where all of this occurred? Are you looking outside of it? And if you're looking outside of it, how far outside of it would you go afield?
Apologies. So Nessa would, as they walked up to the pen, literally look down in the open area that would walk in and out and look at the footprints there, and then honestly look into the pen, notice, that that's where something happened, but then probably gravitate outward because that's where we would find where they went. And so I would probably look at the inside and just go,
Yep.
and then just turn and follow where the tracks were going.
And the sheep were, because it was night, were in their own separate barn, in their own pens in there. And so it is inside that barn where everything is and where the flies are gathering. But you start looking around more outside. With almost a double raise, you see the footprints that you would guess are Abraham's, and with a raise you can tell that he was running just by the length of his stride. So most likely as he ran over here and saw what happened. You also see canine footprints. Fairly large ones, not so large that you question whether it's a canine, but and you also notice a cat who is just walking around these grounds, who somehow survived all of this. Every farm needs a farm cat. It's true. But you see these, like I said, large canine footprints, not so large that you start to question whether they're something else, just big. And you are able to see that there are 5, maybe 6 pairs or sets of canine footprints. And with a raise, you also find one particular set of canine footprints that does raise some questions in your mind because of how large they are. Still looks like the footprints of a wolf, and you have a cult as a skill. So could you also go ahead and roll that for me here?
This is going to be fun. I have to find an 8 die.
You got this.
Y'all see that house cat just laying in the remains?
Cute.
Place is weird, y'all.
I mean, he feeds them.
With my wild die, I got a 5.
5 total?
Yeah, it'll be a 5 total because I got a 4 with my other one.
Cool. There is a term that you know of for wolves that are extra large. These look like the footprints of a dire wolf. And you know that those things can easily range to 9 feet long, snout to tail. Yeah, Billy.
So as Nessa is looking at these large footprints, Billy's gonna stumble out of the barn and just throw up directly in front of her. I'm sorry. Can we go now? We've seen, and I want to go. And he's gonna start kind of wandering back towards the horses a little bit.
Billy, bring your ass back here.
Jeepers. No,
Okay, can we
Billy,
now go?
do not wander far. No,
You
Billy,
all
stay
hear
close.
A distant wolf's howl.
Somebody
Okay,
should
I'm
watch
gonna-
the horses, right?
Billy, we got to watch ourselves right now, okay? Do you really want to be next to 4 giant horses that could attract something? Do you want to be over there?
I don't want to be here.
I'm going to lay it out for you guys. There's a dire wolf.
That's like a regular wolf, but like more dire, right? Like so bigger. Is
Take a
that-
penny. A begrudging penny.
Yeah, but Nessa's putting her fingers, and she's like, "Oh fuck." No, yeah, it's a big wolf. We'll just say that, okay? To be honest, this is very irregular. I mean, it's a big pack, but they have one giant one.
Well, do you usually? I mean, I know a little bit about hunting, but I don't know nothing about hunting no dire wolf. You've been around. You know anything? What about you?
I've hunted some ghosts before. Well, they look like ghosts. Dressed like them.
Do ghosts and dire wolves hunt the same, or do you? I don't know what to do, y'all. Do we set traps?
I can
Pretty
set a couple traps. Snares,
Very-
mostly.
I'm getting a bad feeling about this, no matter what it is. It's something familiar. I just can't put my finger on it.
So here's the thing, y'all. And at this point in time, Leroy literally pulls out both his guns.
Oh shit!
I'm pretty sure they know we're already here.
Damn.
And they're watching us.
So what you're saying is we're gonna go fight a pack of wolves?
I got enough bullets. I think we all got enough bullets between the four of us.
Okay, I knew you were stupid, but that stupid, really?
You,
First,
as you all are talking, you begin to hear snarls. Unnervingly close to your current location. Could everyone make me notice checks?
I don't like that. I got a 3.
3?
An 11.
Whew!
I got my 6 and exploded again, and I got a 5.
4. And 3. So, what was yours, Billy? I'm sorry.
3.
3, okay. So we have 2 fails, 1 success, and 1 raise. Both of you who succeeded, you are able to tell that this is numerous wolves and that they are getting closer steadily. With a raise, Nessa, you are able to figure out that you're not really sure how, but these wolves sound much closer than they are. And as you run just really quickly around the corner of the barn that housed the sheep and look the direction of the sound, you are able to see, reflecting in just the little lantern light that you all have here, several sets of gleaming eyes that catch the light, and you watch as they shift as the wolves prowl steadily closer. And there is one set of eyes that you see that stands a good 2 or 3 feet higher than the others. And you watch as they begin emerging from the night in this straight line, walking, not running, walking. On all 4 legs, but just walking straight towards the barn. Billy.
I think at the snarl and the fact that Billy does not know where they are, as he was unable to notice them, He's going to clamber up the side of the barn and get on the roof.
As you climb up the barn, you immediately see them. They are about 1,000 feet away.
And then he's going to tuck himself down and try to hide a little bit on like this side of the peak and just kind of like peek over.
Okay. What is anyone else doing in this moment?
Why the hell is he going up on the barn for?
Shh. Just trust me. I don't want to get eaten tonight.
So is it a shooting time?
Nessa's gonna step forward. Or how far? They're close enough where we can see them. 1,000.
You can see just the gleams of their eyes as it catches the light. That's all.
Okay. Nessa's gonna step forward and gonna start first by doing just a huge scream towards the pack of wolves. Like a bear, like you would do to a bear or something, like trying to make yourself big. And then Nessa's going to go, what do you want? Like just scream at them.
Oh shit.
I need you to make me either a persuasion or intimidation check here. This is going to have a -2 on it.
Yeah, it is. Okay, it's going to be persuasion because I don't have intimidation.
Okay.
I wanted to have intimidation, but I did. I went against it.
That's Hawthorne. Hawthorne's good at intimidating.
I know. Yes, hang on. I need my 4.
I love how we kind of made opposite characters of ourselves, our other campaign characters. Jesus.
I got a 4 on my wild one.
Is that with the -2?
No, that's not with a -2.
Now, I just want to
That's a
remind
2.
you, you can choose to
2
spend bennies. You have them. You all have them.
Okay, I'll spend 1 Benny.
Okay.
I'll spend 1 Benny.
Reroll
to
both
reroll.
dice.
Got a 5. -2. 3.
Okay.
So no, I didn't do it.
Okay. So, what Billy and Nessa see most clearly, as you roar and shout, they'd gotten to about 600 feet away. And you shout at them, and they stop. They don't cower, but the wolves all stop. And there is this long pause. And the wind just... You can hear distant thunder rumbling. And then suddenly you can see the biggest one of them step through the line of wolves in front of them. It is about as tall as you are. And it stands about, 600 feet away from you and lets out a loud... And the wolves, all in unison, charge forward. So, we are going to do a little bit of initiative here, which is done in Savage Worlds with playing cards. So, we are going to deal these out and get into combat.
Nessa, I always knew you were fucking batshit insane, but I think
could.
you made it work.
Talk to them.
No, you very much did.
Not make that roll.
This place. Go over.
What the hell did you say to him? That's a damn.
Nessa, what the fuck? Hide!
You guys weren't doing nothing. At least I fucking did something.
I never done that wolf that pack and sorry, I got nervous.
If we live through this, I'm gonna shoot you. Understand that.
It's shooting time.
Regular wolves. Dire wolf.
Pulls out. Double barrel.
Okay. All right, so for our first round of initiative, here is what we have. Going first is Nessa with an ace of clubs. Going second is Billy with a king of clubs. Going third is Everby with 3 of diamonds. And going fourth with a 2 of spades is Leroy. Sorry, I drew bad for you. And then we also we have the others, and we will get into those here in a second. So, the wolves in unison, and you can hear as the snarling continues to get louder and louder, the howling of wolves as they come charging towards fresh prey. Nessa, fittingly, you're first. So, what you doing now?
No surprise. So I've never played a blessed person before. Their available powers are interesting, and like, can you just pick any of them?
You do start with a select number of powers when you choose the blessed background. So hold on one sec. Let me.
I don't think I chose. I should have probably chose.
You start with 3 starting powers. So if you want, we can come back to you later. You can always hold your turn if you want to pick those now, or if you already know what you would like to do, because it has a list of the ones you can do and all that. And
I have one quick question. The beast friend, what is that?
let's see here.
that's the only question
No, that
I
is
have.
incredible. That is huge.
If that is usable.
It allows you to speak with and guide the actions of nature's beasts. The cost to cast the spell is equal to the sum of the creature's size.
So with the dire wolf, could I...
Controlling 5 wolves,
even though
costs
he's
5
huge?
points. So that would cost...
No, just the dire wolf. Just the dire wolf.
Right. So the dire wolf would cost...
Because he is controlling other...
a little bit more, would cost 6. So... Actually, minus 1, 5... Oh, it would just cost 1. It would just cost 1 for the dire wolf, because they are... in the same size category. Oh, I'm sorry, 2. It would cost 2 for the dire wolf. 2 power points.
Are you talking power points?
Yeah.
Okay.
And success on this, if you successfully make your roll, the creature obeys simple commands like a well-trained dog. They attack foes and endanger their lives for their master.
Yeah. Okay, that's the one. Okay, that's one of my powers, and we're gonna try and use that right now. And that's gonna be.
What is your smart die?
I'm really smart. I got a 10.
So you can absolutely do this, but here's the catch: your range is equal to, in squares, and squares are 2.
I have to get really close
2 meters.
To really?
So you can do 10 squares, so 20 meters away.
Okay.
So it has to be within about 60 feet of you before you can cast this. So you can prepare this and wait for it to get closer and cast
Can I
this.
not run at it?
You can. Oh, you definitely can. Oh, you definitely can. 100%. So is that what you would like to do?
Yeah, we're gonna run at it. We're gonna run at it, and we're gonna cast this.
Incredible. All right, you, Billy, as Nessa sees this happen, and I would love you to describe, Nessa, what does it look like as you start to cast this spell, or use this power? What hand gestures would Billy see?
So there's not many hand gestures.
Okay.
Nessa would almost start off in a full, like she would be standing there holding her necklace because it is her talisman. And she would be holding it and reciting something, and then her eyes would open and be glowing. And then she would do a full out sprint towards the dire wolf as she's trying to take him down.
I love this. You see Nessa go charging forward, this single individual against, as it becomes clear, a pack of 6 regular-sized wolves and 1 very big one. running straight at them as the wolves begin to close the distance themselves. And as you cast, or try to cast this, Nessa, could you please make me a blessed, or it would be your, whatever your spellcasting skill is.
Is it faith or...
Faith, yes. No, could you make me a faith roll, please? Oh, one thing, and this is a choice. With your full movement, you aren't quite able to close the distance because they were about 500 feet away. But if you spend one of your actions to run, you can get as far as you need, I'm going to rule. But because that would be an action, it would give you a -2 on your faith roll for the multi-action penalty. Do you want to do it? Or do you want to hold this and wait until they get closer?
Okay. So if that's the thing, then I'll hold wait.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is, while doing my incantation, I'll inform everyone around me of what I'm going to be trying to do.
Love it.
So that they can know what's happening. I'm going to spend 1 Benny because I did not do good on my roll.
Okay. What do you shout to everyone?
I'm pretty much going to go, I've got a crazy idea, but I need you guys to be prepared. They've got to get real close to us.
Are you fucking insane?
Can do. Pulls out
Right.
their shotguns.
Ooh.
I got a 4, just so you know.
Okay, wonderful. That will come in relevant when they get within range, which will happen on their turn. So until then, next up is Billy. What would you like to do for your turn?
So Billy is going to look panicked the second he sees Nessa start to run towards the wolves. And he is going to... So where we are, how far away are the horses?
The horses?
Yes.
I would say about 200 feet, because you left them at the front of the house.
Alrighty. 200 feet might be a little far.
You can try.
He's a pretty quick dude. Okay, he is going to look towards where Nessa went, look to the horses, and start making a mad dash towards the horses. So he'll use his action, and he also has free runner, which means difficult ground is negated. And he is going to run as fast as he possibly can, with short little legs, to the horses.
Got it. Okay, so you run down off of the... you climb back down off of the roof of the barn, use full action, like all of your actions, to as much as you can to run, no problem. Given that, you manage to you get pretty dang close to them. You aren't able to get all the way, but you close more than half the distance as you go running back towards the front of the house, seeing where you hitched up the 4 horses in unstealable ways. I hope not too secure. But that will then bring us to the regular wolves, who, because of the distance, they have to use this full turn to continue to close the distance. So that is going to get them. Their pace is pretty dang fast. And let's roll their running die. Oh, that was so close. So they get to move an additional 4 squares. Oh, yeah. If you are running, silly me, Billy, could you please roll me your running die? Which is...
what is your running die?
Your running...
It's your pace?
Let me see
Athletics? Athletics?
what yours is. Give me 1 second. Let me see what yours is really quick here, Billy.
Billy?
Billy.
Billy boy.
Oh, Billy, hello.
Oh,
Billy.
Billy boy, he's so sweet.
We love Billy.
Ah, here we go.
We don't know where we came from. He just joined us one day and just was there.
Right? He's just here. No one really knows how.
He woke up with pockets in his hands and so I found this, but it was yours. Stole it from you.
Where?
Buy it back from 3 pennies.
2 seconds. It's being stubborn. Where are you?
You're completely fine.
How
There we
dare
go.
you take more than 2 seconds?
Hero can run. Yours is
I
a
work in the
D6.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
And you use a wild die for that?
it doesn't even take an action to run, but it does
Okay.
give a -2 penalty to all other actions. That's just how running works, so you know. So you automatically move 6, then go ahead and roll another D6 to see how many other squares you move.
Sounds good. And because I have free runner, would this be counted as a foot chase?
It's not chase right now. No one's chasing you.
Darn,
yet.
okay. Next
But
time.
what does that give you if it were a chase?
It gives me +2
Do
to
it.
athletics.
Yes, it's a chase. But we're not making an athletics roll right now,
So it really doesn't matter.
One
Yeah, it's
wolf
fine.
is coming after you now. One
And so
wolf.
just roll 1d6?
just 1d6, and it cannot explode, just so you know.
Okay, so that was a 5.
5, okay. So, yeah, then you manage to get a little less than half the distance between you and the horses. But you're
Okay.
closing that. The wolves use their full movement to close the distance, getting to about 200 or so feet away from Hawthorne at this point. So they are beginning to close. That brings us to Everby. Or I said Hawthorne. I said Hawthorne. I just heard it. Getting into about
There's a bull out
200
there.
feet from Nessa. Look, you still have a cowboy hat on. All right.
There's a bull out there that was left. That was left alone.
Damn it. It had to happen eventually. That will bring up Everby.
All right, so they're close, right? They're one right up on me. I assume at this point
You were
we're
behind. You were behind. I almost said it again. Nessa, and Nessa ran forward, so they're about 250 feet from you.
Oh damn. Okay, so I gotta
This
get
is
up in the shit.
this is partially set up round.
Yep. Okay. I gotta get up in the shit. And be prepared to fire. I've got 2 sawed-off shotguns, and I'm gonna use them.
All right. That is going to be pretty far away.
Yeah.
So you said you're going to run.
I have to run, so I don't think I can shoot. And
Well,
can I?
You can,
Can I go?
but
and
by
do-
running, you will take a -2 on everything. Just so you know.
I don't want to shoot while I'm running. I
No.
want to run and then
Right.
shoot, stop and shoot.
But if you are actually using the run action to move more, that gives a -2 on everything else that you do. Just so you know.
Shit. Do
Dude.
I gamble? Do I gamble? Like, I think I gotta try. Okay. Okay.
Okay?
I'm running
Um,
in there.
You got 4
So-
bennies, so
Yeah, I mean, I
You
gotta,
you do have a lot of bennies.
I do. I have been hoarding.
So that would then be, let's see here. Could you roll a d6 for your running die?
Absolutely. That's 5.
5. So you manage to move another. That okay, 66 or so feet. Okay. They are a little under 200 feet from you at this point, which as you basically pull up right next to Nessa, which means that you will still be at a major penalty here because sawed-off shotguns have very short range. So,
Is it possible? Oh,
at this point in extreme range, it is -8 for each of your attacks on top of the -2.
is it possible to wait for them to get within a range? I am rather brave,
Yeah.
so I think I could probably take a regular wolf running at me. So is it possible for me to wait to shoot until they are within? That I want to do at least 10 feet.
Sure. So waiting until they're within 10 feet. So basically right now you're just running up here is your action for right now. And if they get in close enough, shooting?
Yep.
Got it. Nessa.
As Everby runs up, welcome to the show. While Nessa's holding on to her spell, she glances over at someone who's actually come to join her in the proper fight of this situation, and she looks with honor at the person, and then goes back to holding her spell.
I appreciate it. Never really fought a bunch of wolves before, but here we fucking go.
Direwolf is also going to use full action to close, getting closer, and that means last up right now is Leroy.
Where'd the damn kid go? Okay, why is he running? Kid's always fucking running, never rails. Takes the guns and runs up to the ladies. Because at this point, I got the max distance I can shoot them damn things is 48.
Well, keep in mind, that is the number of squares.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how those ranges work. And the reason the shotgun had problems is because a sawed-off double barrel has a max range or a extreme range of 20 squares. You said yours was 40?
48.
So, just so you know, from
them
where you are, as you come around, they would be about, well, let's see, math. They would be about 50 squares away, just from where you currently are. Now you could then move closer, reducing that to 44 with just your full movement.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then fire.
All right. And you said that is your which range increment is that for your weapon?
That will be the max. I got 12, 24, and 48.
So that is going to be with a -8. But your target number is still a 4. So if you explode enough times, you can still hit.
And I have the ability to gun kit and ambidextrous, so I get rid of the multiple action, so I could just fire.
Fair.
Yep. So what do I use to roll?
Which weapon is this? Just so I know.
Oh, I have 2 Colt Peacemakers. 45.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a shooting roll. And how many times were you shooting?
So, well, I get 3 attack rolls, right? So I'm going to fire all 3 goddamn bullets into the fucking wolves.
All right. Let's roll.
Fuck it. So it's a 6, because I have that on my shooting die. And then I just want to see if they going to hit first. That's the main
And
part.
remember, you do still get to roll your wild die here. But
Okay.
this is a -8 for each of these
that's the
shots.
wild die.
So you need to explode twice with a die to hit.
1 explosion.
If
6.
this explodes again,
Okay. Come on, bitch. 6. Fucking hell. Yes! Okay. 2 explosions.
okay?
And
Is that 2 explosions
roll
on the
again?
same die?
I'm using a different one, so I know which one is which.
Right. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm
tell me
saying,
what
yeah.
your total is.
Yeah. So yeah, 6. That's the first one. First attack. 6. That's 12. Okay, and then one more. 3.
Okay.
And plus 1 on my wild die.
Okay. So I heard there was 1 there that exploded twice. What was the total on that roll?
12, 9, 16.
16. So -8, which is you will still hit with a raise on one of them. The others were misses, I believe.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So let's
And
roll
that is
the damage of the one that
2.
hit, and because you hit with a raise, you add an extra d6.
Oh.
I'll let you know, the standard wolves have a toughness of 4.
Oh, well, one of those fucking things was 6 + 3 + 2. So,
Okay.
+1.
6 + 3. All right. Yeah. I'm not even going to waste a Benny trying to save this wolf, as you just one of them falls dead while running, and the others run past the body and continue running forward.
I'm gonna make me a new coat out of your ass. Let's go.
All right. I believe that is all of your shots and all of your actions, which means we deal a fresh round of cards. Everby.
Also, nobody sees this, but after the shot is fired, Billy literally jumps a little bit and continues his run.
Everby gets a 9 of hearts. Nessa gets a 7 of hearts. A 2 of diamonds for Billy. And an ace of hearts for Leroy. So our PC order is Leroy, Everby, Nessa, Billy. And then I have to draw for these guys. Give me a joker. Nope, no jokers. All right. Leroy, you're up again.
Cool. I'm gonna close the space again to get closer, so I don't gotta worry about that -8 bullshit.
So, you can run forward your pace, which is another 6 feet or 6 squares. So that's another, about 30 feet roughly.
Right.
And you can then close more if you want to use your running die, but it will give you a -2 on everything for the rest of the turn. Your choice.
Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
Gonna stay where I'm at.
So right now you're
Amanda did-
40 squares away.
Okay.
So it's still going to
That's
be
still
-8.
Damn. All right.
Yep.
Run it.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Roll me a D6
All
to
right,
see how many more
D6.
squares you're able to cover as you sprint forward. 5? Okay, so you managed to close another 25 or so feet. Sweet.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
So you are now about 36 squares away.
All right. Cool. What is that minus?
What is it? What are your range numbers? Let's see. Your Colt.
12, 24,
24?
48.
So that means we are under the... actually, I have to clarify that really quick. Quick range. Quick rules question. Needs to happen every now and then.
Understandable.
Where are you?
I can't believe how many rules you've memorized.
There are many. There are so many. It is a relatively easy system, but I'm still learning a lot of them. So, I see something here really quick. So that's up to 5 feet. Up to... yeah. So the way that the increments work is the number is up to. So on yours, which is 12, 20, or 48, that means there's no penalty for up to 12 squares. There's a -2 for between 12 and 24. And then there is a -4 for 24 to 48. So since you are under 48 now, it's only a -4 for each shot.
Fuck it, I'll take it.
Hey, that's a lot better than -8 on each shot.
Yeah.
Are you shooting
All right.
at one of the wolves, or are you shooting at the dire wolf?
One. Nessa, what did you do to that? Which wolf did you fuck around with?
Nessa is literally holding a spell and going, I haven't fucked around with anybody yet. I'm trying to hold it. And you're like screaming from in front of Nessa.
I understand that. Fuck.
And
All
so
right.
I want to let you all know how I'm going to handle this round coming up. I'm not even going to deal with the action cards of the wolves or dire wolves. I'm going to say it this way. You have one more turn before they get to where Nessa and Everby are. So this is your last free turn. So, with that in mind, what are you going to be doing, Leroy?
I'm going to be shooting again.
3 shots?
One. Yep, 3 shots. Because here, one first shot is a 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that with the minus already applied?
No, it just exploded. That's all.
Oh, okay. Let me know your total.
Okay, bet. Got it. All right, so 6 was 1. Then I'm going to raise. That was a 5 for that next one. So there's that. I got to write this math down real quick. Give me a second.
So
Sorry about
that first one sounds like an 11 minus 4.
Yep.
So that would be a 7. So that's a hit.
Okay.
That's 1 hit.
Okay. 5 for the second shot.
Okay. So that one will miss because of the minus 4.
And that third one will miss 2.
No. So we got 1 hit here. And
Okay, 2d6.
if my math is correct, that is 6 shots. So you are going to have to use an action on your next turn to reload.
Yep. And that is 3 plus 5 is plus 1 is 6. I'm sorry. My brain
9.
shut out. Thank you. 9.
9 damage.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that is enough to beat it with a raise. So, not only does it shake, because it beats the toughness with a raise, it deals a wound. Another yelp, and a wolf is down.
Ah, fuck you. Oh, shit. And you just hear the click, click. All right, y'all turn.
Oh, you have 2 guns. That's right. So you've actually only done 3 out of each.
Yep.
That's right, so you don't have to reload yet.
Yep.
Very nice. That will actually,
I may not know how to count, but I know when the gun goes click, knows when I'm out of bullets.
Yeah, that is, I at least know that much. That will bring up Everby with Nessa on deck.
So Everybody sees Nessa's doing something that I don't fully understand, but no, she looked like she's not focusing on shooting nothing. So, I'm going to stand, I guess, in front of her.
Okay.
With my guns out. And, I'm gonna, get down, squat down with my guns drawn. And if they get within 20 feet, I'm gonna shoot them.
Okay. They will not get within 20 feet this turn. It's
Okay.
next turn that they will get within striking range. So given that, do you want to try anything else this turn?
Unfortunately, I'm a one-trick pony,
Okay.
baby.
So you just sit, get ready, and that brings us to Nessa.
I ain't gonna overstep what I already know, you know?
Love it.
Okay, so I have been casting this spell,
And you're
and
basically
I got
still holding it here.
Yeah, and I have I still have that cute little 4 just sitting right there, and I'm like, so I rolled a 4 for it. I don't know what else I need to roll
Nothing.
to see if this happens. No,
Nothing. It happens. When it gets within range, you will be able to let it off, and it will happen, which
So
will be at the start of its next turn. It will cross into that range threshold, and so you will.
Will it be an action to talk to it?
No, talking is
No.
a free
Okay.
action. Now,
It's gonna be okay. I just want to know.
yeah, no, talking is a free action.
Okay.
All right, I have to pull that spell back up because that is a fun one.
I can pull it up too. I have
Beast
it all
friend.
open. I just
It's
don't know
so
where
fun.
things are.
Control F is your best friend with this book. All right, so you are still holding this holy spell in your hands, just waiting for this dire wolf to get close enough. Then Billy, you are up next. Do you spend the rest of or this turn? You would be able to close the gap and get to the horses this turn.
Okay, so he will get to the horses, and he's going to pull out his little boot knife and cut the leads on all of the horses.
Cut No
I'm
problem.
not sure if I have to do an action for that, but he'll
Well,
cut
that
all
will
the leads.
that will definitely take an
Mhm.
action to do that. Yes.
And then holding the leads, he's going to mount the old horse.
Okay, no problem. That will have taken your movement and action to get there, so that will be your go. Then we are going to, once again, draw or deal out some new cards. Everby, Queen of Hearts. Nessa, 10 of Diamonds. 3 of Spades for Billy. 8 of Hearts for Leroy. Regular Wolves. Dire Wolf. Okay. The Dire Wolf, going first, will continue running, hitting the 10 squares away right at the start of its movement. So, Beast Friend activates, and what does it look like as the magic or the energy connects between you and this dire wolf? What do we see?
So I first want to apologize if you hear some weird sounds in the background. My cat is snoring next to me. So that's what the weird sounds are. So Nessa's been holding this, and she's holding her hands like this. Her eyes are glowing, and you can see that there's sort of like this glow coming from her hand where she's been holding her talisman. And then she's been just staring at the dire wolf. And so whenever she puts one foot out to the side, and she does sort of like a scream, but you can't hear anything. And it like emanates over to the dire wolf in an instant like slam as soon as he hits the distance. And she has control over him.
What do you say?
The first thing I say is stop the attack, commanding all at once for him to stop everyone just in their tracks.
Okay.
Do I need to do a smarts roll or anything?
No, it obeys commands like a well-trained dog as soon as it succeeded. There's no ambiguity there.
Okay.
And so
Since he controls everybody, I would make him tell everybody to stop. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you tell him stop, and the dire wolf sprints and turns while running, skidding a little in the dry dirt out here, and stands in between Nessa and Everby and the 4 remaining wolves and snarls at them. And the other wolves stop and start to bare their fangs and look as confused as wolves can, but you definitely see the supplication. The fact that this is, while the alpha theory has been well debunked, that is in a world that doesn't include dire wolves. If there's a dire wolf in a standard wolf pack, there's someone who's in charge. And it's him. And you can see through the way the other wolves are snarling and showing their teeth, but are also start to show their sides a little bit and their underbellies, that they are letting it be known that they hear him, but they are really confused right now. That is going to bring us to Everby.
Question.
Oh, yeah.
Is he now forever my friend, or is it like a certain amount of time passes and he's no longer my friend?
The duration is 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, we have to fucking fight these things in 10 minutes, you guys.
Shit. So are they? Do they look like they're still coming? Like, because I don't really know what she just. I don't.
I think we have this one for now. We have this one for now, but that doesn't mean we have the others. We can't stop.
Right. Got it. And I'm gonna run forward and get within 20 feet of something.
Sure.
Shouldn't they be right next to us? Aren't they right next to us
close,
already?
Right?
The wolves
Where she wouldn't have to run?
The wolves haven't gotten their turn yet. The dire wolf did. So the dire wolf is ahead by about 60 feet. because it used its full movement and running die to get in front and turn and be in between you all and the pack. So what would you like to do, Everby? Run up?
With this new information, I would not like to run up. I would, in fact, like to stand my ground, as I would, until they come closer.
Okay. Stand your ground. Nessa, you are up.
Nessa's gonna draw her wonderful revolver shotgun that doesn't require her to take an action to go between the two guns. She's gonna stand at the ready. She has a 12, 24, 48, the same as Leroy. Are they close enough for me to shoot? I don't like the look on your face.
Yes, they are well close enough for you to shoot. And it would be within the 12 square. Sorry. It would be at this point within the 12 square range, so you wouldn't even have penalty.
Okay. The major problem is as soon as I shoot one of these things, it's gonna come after us. Like they're gonna stop being on the edge, and they're gonna run us, and they're gonna run towards us. And there's 5 of them left. You said
there are 4 of the regular size.
4 of them left, and then the dire one as soon as he's no longer my friend. Okay. I will try and shoot my revolver. And can I switch between them and shoot the shotgun after?
It depends. Actually,
20-gauge shotgun barrel mounted under the pistol, switching between them as a free action is what it says.
Yes, you can. You can do either.
Okay. So can I do either or both for my 3 actions? Can I shoot from one and then shoot from the other?
Yeah, it's a free action.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot the revolver first, and then I'll shoot the shotgun, either at the same wolf or at a different wolf if I hit the first one.
Got it.
So how do I go about this?
So it's a shooting roll, either way.
I've never done a shooting roll in my life. Okay, here we go. Shooting, it's a 6.
And don't forget to roll your wild die also.
Okay, both got a 4, so 4.
4, okay. That's a success. And which was this with?
This was with the revolver first.
Okay, got it.
And do I just roll the same thing for the other one?
Well, first let's deal with your damage.
Okay, I'm all for it. Just never done a shooting damage before.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. So yours is the Lamat revolver. So for the hit on that, that's just 2d6 damage.
Okay. And that's an 8.
Damn, these things are going down. The wolf has a toughness of a 4, so you beat it with a raise. One of the wolves drops.
Okay, awesome. And then the second one, I will be with the shotgun.
So with the shotgun, because it has a shorter range. Oh no, it's still fine. Still fine.
Range?
It's still
okay.
Yep. But because it's within the 12 range, also means that if you hit, you do 3d6 damage. So roll shooting, same as before.
Okay, shooting same as before.
Yep.
22.
To hit?
I got an explosion, and then a 5. So that's 12 plus 5. No, 17.
17 is still ridiculous. You still
Math
succeed.
is hard.
You still succeed with 3 raises. So you will actually roll 4d6 damage on this one.
$13.
13 damage. This thing gets blown to pieces. You shoot it right in its side as it was showing its teeth, like tongue flicking between its fangs, showing its side, the starved ribs, and you just take that opening and just switch to the lower trigger and just goes dead. There are 2 of the regular sized ones left.
Ethan, why is he hungry? You said starved wolf. Is he hungry?
Not anymore.
Oh, what? They just ate a bunch of sheep.
Exactly.
Who are these
He's fine.
wolves now.
He's fine. He didn't die hungry.
He got a lot of lead too, so there you go.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Pumped him full of it. All right. Then, if those were your 2 shots, that means that up next is Leroy. Yep, Leroy.
Cool. All right. Click. Shoot. And they're within range, so I don't have to worry about anything anymore.
Well, the others were a little in front of you, so they're still in a little above the 12 square range for you.
Well, you know what? I'm just
You
going to
can move
step
forward
3
there.
feet.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
I'm
go.
going to step forward
Yeah,
and
you're
just
fine.
shoot.
Okay. So you step your full pace, another 6 squares, and unloading 3 more shots, I assume?
Yep.
All right.
5 for the first one. 3 for the second one.
Miss, but you can spend a penny.
Okay. Nope, we're going to keep going. And 4 for the third one.
2 hits.
All right, cool. So now 2d6. 2d6 plus 1. 7 points for the first shot.
That is enough to shake the one, but not kill it.
Oh, fuck him. Well, all right. Max damage 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 1 is a 10.
That will kill that wolf.
All right, bet. Fucking piece of shit. All right. And gonna look. All right. I'm kind of running low real quick. You're gonna have to do something. Gotta reload soon. Where's the kid?
Don't worry, I'm working up to it.
All right. That's it. That's the end of my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, that brings us to the one remaining wolf, who is... The reason I had a crazy look on my face before was I rolled the intimidation check for your direwolf, and both dice exploded. The D8 exploded a second time for a total result of a 17 on the intimidation check. So this wolf spends its turn cowering in fear. That then brings us to the next initiative.
No, it's Billy's turn.
Yeah, hold on. The next person in the initiative.
I thought you said next initiative as if next turn, and I'm like, no.
You all hung out outside of the barn where this was happening. And these gunshots and snarls and sounds of dying wolves. The side door, or the back door of the barn, facing the direction that you all, facing the direction that the three of you, now Leroy, Everby, and Nessa are, opens. And a large shape steps out with gore hanging from his jaws, as if he had been very recently feasting on the bounty that was contained inside that barn. And what you see is a roughly 8.5-foot human shape, covered in coarse, wiry hair, elongated limbs, wolfen lupine jaw, long, sharp, rending claws. And it steps out and pulls some of the gore that had just been hanging from its jaws out and throws it to the ground. My back. And comes running towards the three of you. In inhuman bounds. It doesn't really come running towards you. It's a combination of running and huge, inhuman distance leaps, closing the distance. Nessa?
So you said it was not an action at all to talk to my direwolf.
Correct.
Is there any way at the moment that happens, mentally I can literally go attack and make my direwolf go after the werewolf?
I love that you asked this right then. Because as the wolf, or as this figure howls, as this werewolf howls, you feel the thread between you and the direwolf severed. As it, remember how I said that the theory of the alpha wolf is debunked? Except if there's a direwolf. Clearly there's one in charge. And unless there's a werewolf. And clearly there's one in charge. And that intense bond is enough to sever that overriding connection. You can still talk to the wolf. It would still understand you. But it is not obeying you at this point any further. Leap, leap, leap. Right at you, Leroy. As it is going to take a -2 for using its full run on everything else it does this turn. And it is going to go into all out. Which means that you all will have +2 against it on your next attacks until the start of its next turn. It also gets a +2 on its. So that's going to counter out the -2. I'm going to make these publicly. So it is going to make... Let's see here. What is it? Yep. It is going to make 2 fighting checks against you, Leroy. So that will be with a -2 to each one now because of the multi-action aspect. So this will be with a -2, but we'll also have an additional wild die added into it. Wild die rolled a 6, and a 6, and a 2. So with a -2, that is a 12. What is your parry, Leroy?
My parry is a 4.
Your parry is a 4, so he's going to beat you by 2 raises. Luckily, that only increases the damage once. So that is going to be its strength plus a d8 plus a d6 damage.
Right.
And again, going to roll that publicly. 15 points of slashing damage.
Well, I got an armor, I got a toughness of 10, so I take 5 points?
So the way that works, that beats your toughness by a raise. So that means you are shaken and you take a wound. So be sure, and remember a wound is a -1 to all of your trait rolls. You can try to get rid of shaken. You can either just spend a Benny to outright freely get rid of Shaken, or you can try to make a spirit roll at the start of your turn for free. I recommend doing that since it's free. You might as well try before you spend a penny. But that's how that works. Until you shake being shaken, though, you can't do anything other than free actions. Second attack. D12, D6. Yeah, it has a D12 for its fighting die. But, that's a 2. There's a 2 total. So, that's the way Savage Worlds works, baby.
You do have a Benny.
Bless your heart. I'm gonna spend a Benny, and you can. Billy, take a Benny. Billy, take a Benny. Billy, take a Benny for loyalty.
No.
Fuck you.
Ethan, 7th son, you can't use it.
You have to spend a Benny to do it.
That's fine, I'll do it.
Okay, I spend another.
Cool.
Are you gonna spend another to counter
He has
mine?
more bennies than you. I gave him bennies.
You only gave me
You
1.
did.
So I had 4 to start. I'm willing to spend 2 to reroll here.
Don't you get a benny every single time
No,
that we use
that's
a benny,
only
though?
if we're
Oh, that's
using
like
the
Christmas.
tough decisions option, tough
Gotcha,
choices.
gotcha.
We're not using that. So
Okay.
it would cost me 2 of my 4. I'm spending my second by default. You get to choose whether you want to counter out that second with a second of yours, Leroy, because that's a really cool ability.
Ooh.
It's just-
Yeah,
it's
counter
yo
it.
ass, so
Counter it.
okay.
Counter it.
That's I'm not spending a third to try to hit you a second time, so I will
Yep.
take that. Cool. That is great. So 2 of your bennies for 2 of mine. Fair trade. Billy, you are up.
Okay. So Billy's going to look towards where they had come. The path away. Path to home. He's got the leads of the other 3 horses in his hands. And then he's going to look back and see Nessa and the direwolf turning on her, and just panic sets in, and he's going to charge the horses and try to charge them directly into the side of the direwolf and stampede it. I'm not sure what check to make.
That's going to be a riding check.
Oh, good. Something I'm
And
not good at.
that is going to be with a -2 because you're trying to use it as a weapon.
Okay.
And you're trying to
My
get
Mary would.
and you're trying to get your horse and other horses because you're still holding the other horses, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still holding
So
the
you're
other
trying to
horses. I
get
wanna
4
stampede them.
horses to stampede towards some wolves.
Yes.
So there's a
Oh,
-2 here.
I named my horse after my dead sister.
Yeah.
That was a
Your horse is my weapon.
It's the cursed whole
dynamite.
thing. The cursed. I mean, come on. She was my
Here, I'm gonna use
Mary.
a Benny to reroll that.
Okay.
My poor horse.
Okay.
And don't forget, you
that
roll
is-
your wild die also.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's thank God for the wild die. So that was 6 plus 3, so 9.
9
Minus
-2.
4. Minus 4 because I don't have.
Oh,
riding.
it's untrained.
So it's a 5.
5. Okay. So, really quick, I have to make a roll for them. The direwolf is going to make an agility roll here at a -2 because it can see this coming. So it's going to try to avoid it, but it's a -2 agility roll, and the direwolf is not a wild card. And its agility roll is a D8, so it's a flat out D8. So if I roll a 6, 7, or 8, it gets out of the way. If I roll 5 or below, it does not. So I'm going to roll this nice and public here on our little Foundry app. 8, which would explode.
Shit.
So that, with a -2, is a 13, which is a success with multiple raises. And as a result, since it can't get better than dodging, that raise is going to equal a complication. And so the
good.
wolf sees this, hunkers down and waits. just looking as you are 50 feet, 40 feet, 30 feet, charging, and at the last second, dives to the side and then leaps onto the horse that you are riding, digging claws into the back and snarling and climbing up towards you. We are going to redraw action cards. Everby, 5 of diamonds.
Billy!
6
what
of
are you
spades.
doing?
There's the Joker for Billy. That is huge. So let me explain to you really quick what that does. So the one downside for you is I get a Benny. But it means a bunch of other cool things for you. First of all, you, Billy, will get a +2 to any trait roll you make this turn. Also, you get to choose when to go. That includes in the middle of someone else's turn. Even mine. You can interrupt actions. But once you say, I'm taking my turn, that's when you take your turn. It also means the deck will get reshuffled after this one. So lots happens with a Joker. So Billy with a Joker, you go whenever. We have an ace for Leroy. So our order, not counting Billy, is Leroy, Nessa, Everby. So, let me ask first. Billy, do you want to go now? Or do you want to wait?
Does it look like the dire wolf is coming for Billy, or is it just coming for his horse?
I don't know if you can read it particularly, or if it has distinguished between the two of you in any significant capacity.
Then he's going to wait for a minute.
I think it is just going to rip and tear.
Oh, good.
All right, so you're holding on. That means Leroy, you are up.
Leroy at this point is very. He scarred his face up, so now he's got like these fucking claw marks on his face. So he's.
It's top of your turn. Top of your turn,
All
you
right.
get to try to shake the shaking.
I can do it now?
Yep, for free. It's a
Right now?
spirit roll.
Yep. I'm going to do that. Spirit roll is a 6.
And you add a
So-
d6. Well, not add. You
D6?
have an additional d6.
Okay. What do I have to roll for it?
4.
Got it.
There you go. You get rid
Yep.
of shaken. You still have your 1 wound. So that's still a -1 to your rolls.
Cool. I spit on that wolf's face. Oh,
You spit up
And-
into the werewolf's face. Woo!
Yep. And I'm going to shoot now. I got some bullets left. I'm going to use 2 of my actions to shoot, and then the last one to reload. 5 and a 4.
5 and a 4 to shoot.
Yes.
So you are shooting against something that is right next to you. So let me check this really quick. You can fire weapons when engaged in melee. No problem. You can't use long arms. The target number is the defender's parry instead of the usual shooting score if it's in melee. That's really cool. What a great way to work around that. Savage Worlds. So you said a 5 and a 4 were for the first one, so a 5 is the highest. Will miss. Its parry is higher than a 5.
Okay.
So you raise your gun to shoot at it, and it just knocks your hand aside, and your shot goes wild.
I'm literally just pull the gun up underneath them and shoot him. Shoot again.
All right, let's do it.
6. God fucking damn it. Thank you. Shit. Okay.
Grabs your hand as you go to fire the trigger and moves it out from underneath its chin as it fires right next to it.
That was a raise.
Oh, an explosion?
Yeah, explodes.
when
yeah,
you,
exploded.
okay. When you say
Sorry,
your
sorry.
number, I think that's
Sorry.
your number.
My bad. I was, okay, that's reminding me that it's explosion. All right, cool. So 6, 4.
That'll hit.
So yeah, there we go. Woo! Thank God. Oh fuck. I don't like this. Okay.
I'm gonna
Fucking
throw
hell.
up.
I am. I'm froed up. All right. So 10 points of damage.
10 points. Okay. That is enough to shake the werewolf as you,
Fuck you!
shoot under its jaw and you blast away some of the, not actual jaw portion, but you shoot up into the mouth. And so it, like, you are able to see as some of the meat that it still had in its mouth, like, falls out along with the meat of itself. And there's a sentence I never wanted to say, the meat of itself. And as it does, as you do this, it looks down at you and snarls, and the resonance of the snarl now coming out of a opening closer to its throat is gurgling and terrifying.
You one ugly motherfucker, as I pop the bullets and reload on my last turn.
Oh, hold on. Oh no, you don't have the penalty for multi-actions.
Yep.
That is right. All right. That means the next in our order is the direwolf. The direwolf doesn't have to worry about moving, but I am going to make it make a athletics check to stay on the horse. I'm going to give it a situational +2 for having claws that are dug into it, but it can still fail this roll. With a 1 on the die, +2 is 3, it will fail, and will therefore only get 1 attack on the horse before getting shaken off by as it runs by. A 4 will hit the parry of a horse.
It's gonna hit the horse.
Yeah,
can I put my action right after he kills the horse?
You can put your action now before he finishes his turn if you want, before he finishes this action. Or you can wait until
I want him to take the horse down.
Okay, cool. That is
Billy
absolutely what happens.
The horse is going down.
As it slides off, the direwolf is just able to rake into it and sinks claws enough. It's not that the horse is dead, but the horse is maimed and falls screaming. Your turn.
So Billy is not a strong dude, but he's like a spider monkey. So as the horse goes down,
of course he is.
with his knife in his hand, he's going to try to mount the direwolf, wrap an arm around it, and stab it. Because the wolf can't bite something on the back.
So I have
that's what he's gonna try to do.
I have a question for you. Are you wanting to mechanically grapple or just thematically?
Thematically, because the likelihood of a wolf being able to bite something on his back. This is just what Billy's mind is thinking.
I hear
is
you.
Low.
I just want to know. I wanted to know because if you actually grappled it and succeeded, there are benefits that come with that. If you are purely doing this descriptively and narratively, then it still can attack you the next turn
then he
without
would like
penalty.
To grapple it.
Okay, so the way that is going to be is a contested athletics check.
Okay.
So I will roll publicly here for the direwolf.
Come on, Billy.
Direwolf gets a 5.
Billy gets a 9.
What is your athletics?
I have a D8 and I got a 6 on my wild die.
Nice. God, y'all are exploding. So with a 9, you beat it with a raise. So success was bound and entangled, which means that it can't move. It is distracted, and vulnerable. That's a lot. Damn. Wow.
And that counts as my action? To grapple.
Yes, that is that. Well, and you have additional actions. Technically, we should declare them at the start of the turn before we roll, but we didn't do that. If you want to do other things at this point, you can, but there will be penalty for multi-action.
He would like to attempt to stab him with the knife that he has in his hand.
Sure, that's going to be with a -2. Technically, the other grapple one also had a -2 for the multi-attack, but you still succeeded.
Okay, great. That's a -2 with a -4 because he doesn't have any weapons things. Yeah, he misses.
Whew, even with that was a really close grapple with like size and everything taken into account. So like Billy just grabs on and the direwolf is turning its head, snapping, trying to get to you. So you just can't, like, you scratch the thing several times, but you're not able to get anywhere deep. Just
He looks incredibly terrified.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, definitely. All right, so that is Billy's go. That is going to, and that was the direwolf's go as well. So that will then bring up Nessa.
What is me? Okay, how far away? Obviously, I'm trying to get a bearing because I just saw Billy ride across with 4 horses and a direwolf jump on top, and so they're riding off into the distance. While this werewolf is on top of Leroy with no jaw now.
So the way to think about it is both of these things kind of sandwiched you. Okay. In front of you is Everby and was the direwolf. And it's there that suddenly Billy goes stampeding across, the direwolf jumps on, and then right afterwards, the wolf and horse and Billy go down and begin tangling with each other just about 40, 50 feet away from you in front of you. And then about 40 feet behind you is Leroy there, like shooting and wrangling with an 8.5-foot werewolf that is in the process of trying to lift him off the ground with the one hand that he managed to grab. My pack, you will suffer for each one.
Get fucked,
Okay,
you overgrown rug.
I'm gonna close the distance between me and the werewolf a little bit. Just not running because I just need a small amount of space, and I'm gonna use my revolver to try and shoot him because I feel like the shotgun might hit Leroy.
Yeah, totally fair.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll shooting, same as usual.
Okay.
How many shots are you taking? Because we need to announce this ahead of time.
Is there an action like penalty for the amount of shots?
Yes.
Because
yes. Each shot takes an action, and you have 3
Okay, I'm
actions.
gonna just try. I'm just gonna try one shot.
So there's
right now,
no penalty.
Because I'm trying not to hit Leroy at all.
That makes sense
Okay.
to me.
Okay, 7.
7. That'll hit.
Yeah.
So let's
Then
see.
how do you do damage again?
I believe for that one is 2d6. Yeah.
Yes, 2d6.
There you go.
5.
5 damage. As you like come around a little bit, raise aim, and shoot into the werewolf. He was lifting Leroy a little bit with left claw. You came around on his right side, still about 40 or so feet away, but you shoot at it. And you hit, and you watch as you nick its ribs. It doesn't do a lot, but you are able to see as that cut quickly mends. And doesn't even give you the time of day, is still focused on Leroy. All right, that will bring up Everby. Last in the order.
I'm gonna literally look over at Everby and go, shit, fuck, Everby.
I don't. Okay, so this has all happened very quickly, and they're all now intertwined. Basically, is what I'm to see here. So, is there? I have 2 sawed-off shotguns, and those. I don't want to spray anybody. I don't want to hit anybody.
Yeah,
but,
shotguns do have some special rules.
So I can't focus on the direwolf, correct? I have to focus on the other ones.
You can try whatever you would like.
What's
I
a bit
don't
of
wanna
lead?
hurt
Okay?
anybody.
It's fine. Billy will be fine.
I'm not gonna. I can't be shooting a kid. Okay. I'm not a kid. No, but, okay. So, where are the regular?
So let you know what the rule is for a shotgun with
Okay.
shooting into melee.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
If you roll a 1 or a 2 on your skill die, like your shooting die, then it hits a bystander.
Okay. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. Okay, easy. Okay, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do, I've been waiting, I've been fired up, I've been geared up, ready to roll. And I am gonna go through with my plan, and I'm gonna be awful tender about it. But if I graze you, I graze you.
Okay.
Right.
Who are you shooting at and how many times?
I'm gonna shoot the direwolf.
The direwolf? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to get within
20 feet, please.
20 feet, so within 5 squares of it?
Yeah.
Yes. So that will mean that not only do you not have a penalty because you're within close range, you get a +2 to your shooting roll.
Okay. Cool. Do you want me to announce like my whole everything that I'm gonna do?
Let me know.
Now, or?
Yeah, you have to say everything you're going to be doing.
Okay.
How many
cool.
times are you going to shoot?
I have 2 shotguns.
Okay.
And I have a 2-gun kid, so I ignore the multi-action penalty of firing twice. So I would like to shoot from both shotguns if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2 shots?
Yes, please.
Got it. Yeah, no problem. So that's going to be with a -2 to each one, but that's countered out by the close range.
Yeah,
So
it's just on the
standard
thingy.
rolls.
Okay, so we're doing shooting?
Shooting rolls, please.
Okay, cool.
And let me know if your skill die rolls a 1 or a 2. Yeah, the non-wild die.
I rolled a 10.
10 will...
So...
Is that the total?
I get to roll it again because it explodes, right?
Yep.
That's a 19 total.
Okay, first one is definitely a hit. Let's go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay, that's going to be 3d6. Do I add the wild? No?
3... No, you don't add a wild die. No.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Oh, I forgot, by the way, Billy, even though this wouldn't have made your knife attack hit, you succeeded on the grapple even more than I thought because you had the +2 from the Joker. So you were on there very securely. What's the total damage for that first shot to the direwolf?
13.
13.
Polite points of damage.
Okay, so that is enough to beat it with 1 raise. And because it was entangled and vulnerable and bound and all of these things against it, while Billy is wrestling with it and just like trying to shank it, could you please describe how you, in 1 clean shot, eliminate it?
Okay, so during the beginning part, let's throw it back just a little bit.
Please.
During the beginning part of this, Everby wasn't really pulling much weight. She was waiting for her moment to strike. She is a 2-gun kid. She's been training all of her life with shotguns and various close-range firearms, and she was waiting for the perfect opening. She protected who she needed to protect until the moment was right. And she saw, as the direwolf is distracted by the chaos that is Billy, not the kid, I She pulls her gun, slides down to the ground, slides in, gets right in on the underbelly of this direwolf, and fires the shot. Told you I was gearing up.
And you just blow this thing. I mean, it's a double-barreled shotgun at extremely close range. If this thing were not as monstrously large as it was, if this were a standard wolf, you would have shot it in half. As it stands, you more hollow it out. Billy?
Can I add a little bit of spice as
Hit me.
As she's sliding underneath and shooting? Can the direwolf rear back and land on Billy?
Always allow that.
Also, please forgive the squeaky toy.
That's what
Been
I
there.
hear when Billy gets land on
Yeah,
it. That's
you
what
just get
happens.
landed on and just squeaky toy sound. It is, even with its internal organs turned, to soup, it is still very heavy, Billy. Definitely weighs more than you. That's for sure.
Landed in a hole.
That was Everby, which now brings up the werewolf, who his eyes go to what just happened. And
Looks like you're the last one.
he fully lifts you off the ground, or tries to at this point. I would love a we'll do, yeah. This is going to be a contested athletics. Oh, first it rolled its spirit to get rid of being shaken. And do remember you have a -1 on your trait rolls, Leroy, for your wound. Explosion? Explosion? Your Tiny Tina D6 is disgusting. What did you get, Leroy?
All right, so contested athletics check.
Yes,
right?
please.
So, oh boy, plus -1. Yeah, I rolled a 2
Okay, so
with the -1.
you are grappled, which means that you are bound and entangled. You are just... Oh, it did beat you with a raise, so you are bound and entangled. That means that you cannot move, you are distracted and vulnerable, which means a +2 to hit you and a -2 for your rolls. However, on the upside, while grappling you and binding you in this fashion, the werewolf is also vulnerable. So that's also a +2 to hit him. The only person that does not apply to is the one being grappled. But it's going to take its one remaining action, which is going to be an attack against you, Leroy. But as it does, they had voices of their own. They sung, and you silenced their song.
I didn't like the song. Should have played a different tune.
Let's see what we get here. D12 and D6 for the fighting roll. Oh,
Leroy's got a death wish. Doesn't matter.
I
Let's
love
go.
that. I love that. Let me see. Yep, also that. Okay. So this is going to have a +2 against you as well. My D12 exploded. 19 versus your parry.
Fucking 4.
So definitely a success with a raise. So D12 and a D8 for damage. At least it didn't explode there. That could have been a lot worse. Actually, yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Benny, I'm gonna re-roll that. That's better. 16 points of damage.
10 toughness.
10 toughness. That is another wound.
I got 2 wounds.
As he just rakes Leroy across the chest and stomach, and you know that if that wound had been a little bit deeper, you would be holding your guts in.
Spits blood in his face. You can't sing worth a damn. You fucking flea bit mutt.
Take a Benny. Take a Benny. Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Everby. 10 of clubs, 7 of spades for Nessa, 8 of diamonds for Billy, 10 of spades for Leroy, and there's our werewolf. So that means our order here is Leroy for the 10 of spades, and then the 10 of clubs is for Everby, then we have Billy, and then we have Nessa.
All right, so I have to do an action.
You are reshaken. So you, if you want to be able to do any actions, you would need to try to get rid of shaken first. So that is a spirit roll, or you can spend a Benny.
Spirit roll.
Cool.
And I got a -2 on everything?
-2 on everything.
3.
3. Can't shake it. You can still speak.
Yep, you know what? Hey, Mutt. Yeah, fuck you. Listen here. You know what the difference between me and you is? I got my pack. What do you got? Bit his face again, and that's all. It's my turn.
Woof, nasty. Ooh, God! If I hadn't just given you a Benny, I'd give you one for that too. But that will then bring up Everby.
All right. I've been saving up. I gotta get in here. On the other side. Lee can't be taking all it. Lee can't be doing all of it over there. So I gotta rush in to get both of my guns in the fight against the werewolf.
Okay. You have enough movement to get without spending anything, without spending a running die. You could get within 15 feet. So that would be you could get within 3 squares.
Okay, I can do that because that's still pretty high.
Quick pause. Hello, Raiders. Damn. Thank you so much for raiding. We are in the middle of a one-shot. Thank you for being here. Things are going good and bad right now. So we'll see how many people end up living. They took out a bunch of wolves and a dire wolf, but now comes the werewolf. Sorry. Please continue.
Absolutely. Okay, so without spending a running die, you said I can get within 15 feet?
Yes. So that's 3 squares.
Cool. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide into, I'm going to move forward, slide in, and I want to put both of my double barrels, one on one hip bone, one on the other hip bone, and I want to fire both of them next to each other, bring them tip to tip, fire them directly in.
I love that.
Guy.
Now, do keep in mind, because you have fired one of your guns before, that after this round, you will have to reload one of your guns as an action. So for right now, that will be a -2 to each roll.
Okay.
How you said you're wanting to slide underneath. Do you mean that literally as in you want to get within melee range?
I can't do,
You could be 10 feet away. It's up to you. I just want to ask.
You said
Oh, yeah, you could only get 15 feet away. That's right. Yeah. So you can't get in melee.
I'm just getting as much leverage as
I love that. Love that. So it's a -2.
I'm strength in my legs. I run a lot.
It's a -2 from multi-action, but a +2 for being a double barrel or a sawed-off shotgun in close range.
I'm also a 2-gun kid, so I do not get a multi-action penalty.
Ooh, so it is a +2. Let's go.
Okay, that's a shooting.
Shooting. All you need is a 4.
I received a 9.
That's a hit with a raise for your first one. So that is going to be, because you are within, it's 5 squares, right? For the sawed-off? The range?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely within that. So you get to deal 3d6 damage.
Oh, 3?
Mhm.
Sick! Okay.
Oh, but you succeeded with a raise. 4d6 damage.
4d6! 4d6! 14.
14 damage. Okay. That is enough.
That's the first one.
Right. That's enough to shake and deal a wound. So I'm going to spend a Benny here. And I'm going to try to absorb this damage.
Fuck you, 7th son.
Okay.
Fuck! Fuck! I can't do it! Damn it! Damn it!
High five from Ray.
You know,
Okay, then I need a description from you as to how that happens.
you want to know something funny, Mutt? When we kill you, I'm gonna make you into a rug and fuck on you. How about that?
And so his attention is fully on you as Everby unloads. So, that was how much damage? Or that is shaken and 1 wound. Okay.
That was 14 damage.
Yep.
Shaken
And you get a second shot here. What is that ability? 7th Son, is that what it's called?
7th son. It's in the.
Is it a Deadwood one?
Deadland.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I just want to read
It's
that
underneath
one.
weird edges. 7th son, your hero is fated to greatness. The legend will loom large in the word west. This hombre has the ability to control fate. Anytime a Benny is using his presence, he can spend a Benny of his own and negate its effect.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah. I'm a lucky son of a gun, goddammit.
That's really cool. Damn. I love that. All right, what about your second shot, Everby?
That was a 6.
Hit. 3d6 this time.
That's a 3 this time.
Mm-hmm.
$18, and I got to reroll one of my boys because he exploded. Yeah, 18.
18 total?
Sorry, I thought I said 18. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
18 total on that one.
Okay. You... Man... Oh, I have 1 Benny left. Hold on. No, I spent 2. I spent a 3rd. I spent a 4th just now, but I got a 5th from the Joker.
Oh, yeah, you do?
This is my last one.
Uh-huh.
Doing it again?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. 7th son.
7th
That's
Son.
it for me.
All right. So, with you just shit-talking this thing to the point that it cannot stop focusing on you, I will end you. And as its muzzle comes so close to your face, you can feel the hot breath. I will devour everything about you. No one will remember you existed. There's a shotgun blast, and it ignores it. Blood running down its drool, down its teeth. And the second blast knocks it to 3 wounds and incapacitated, which means it has to make an immediate vigor roll. Now, this is cool, because if I succeed here, I can keep fighting a little bit, depending on how well I roll. But if I don't roll well enough, it's done. So I'm going to roll this publicly and remind you that I have a D6 as well for it. That was so close to an explosion, and it rolled onto very bad instead. And the wild die is a 2. So, Everby, you have enough time because of the distraction provided by Leroy while he is bleeding out to get right up next to this thing before your second shot. And as you level the barrels of the sawed-off shotgun right next to this thing's head, is there anything you do or say before you pull the trigger?
Not in my town.
And it looks over just in time to see you before you blow its brains across the dirt, and Leroy, who goes dropping down a little bit as the werewolf falls next to it.
What you do? That's what you do. That's what you do. Fuck yeah, babe.
Is that a fucking werewolf? Woo!
It's fully dead, right? It's fully dead, right?
Hold on. Let me check. Yeah. It has the ability to regenerate wounds. And it rolled a 4 with a minus on that, and it rolled a 2 with a minus on that. So it did not regenerate any of its wounds at any point. It is dead.
That's
Well,
how you
way
shoot.
to go!
Ugh.
Kid
Kid,
alive?
kid, Billy.
Nessa's gonna run straight up to Leroy and try and heal him.
What?
At least try and heal some of him.
Got it. So
What?
Do I have to do a roll for that? I do have a healing ability.
it takes about 10 minutes to do a...
Okay.
So it's a process. But yes, you can make me
Oh.
a healing check.
Okay.
Is it over?
Yeah, it's over. Is Billy still under the carcass of this? Okay.
Yep.
Everybody is gonna be like, oh god, and she's gonna set both of her guns down, and she is going to lay on the ground and brace the beast with her legs and try to push it off of Billy, if she can in any way. Will somebody help me?
So, Nessa, what did you get on that healing roll?
A 13.
Whoo!
2 explosions on my wild
Yeah.
die and a 1.
So you absolutely managed to get rid of one of the wounds, and you can start getting to work on the next one.
Guts are back in me. Gonna fix my body back up. Oh,
Yeah, just stay the fuck still,
Oh.
God.
oh, it tastes like mint. Oh,
In the short period of time with Nessa patching Leroy up, is there anything in that time period anyone would particularly do?
I mean,
in that
Billy will
motherfucker.
Billy will crawl out from underneath the corpse, completely covered in blood, but with the hugest smile on his face. That was so cool. Did we all live? Are we alive?
Hey! You all hear a shout in the distance. And you turn and look, and you can see off, approaching the way you all came, a figure on a horse waving a hat, and you recognize the silhouette and figure of Abraham. Hey! Y'all! Look who I found! And he points, and you recognize the gray ashen horse that Billy stole the previous night. Looks like my luck's turning around! What the damn hell? As he sees the wolves and the werewolf around and starts riding up towards you all, we see overhead as the group starts to approach Abraham as he dismounts. And we see the large body of this werewolf and several smaller wolves all lying dead here. Leroy?
Leroy, you heal him, but not enough for the slash on Leroy's face, and he's like, I don't think that'll be a problem. That'll be fine. I got a cool new wound. Look at that. Heh, not be nothing wrong with that. Woo. Yeah, I'll be fine.
What the hell happened here? What is that?
A new rug for me.
It's what you freaking ask for. What do you want from us?
Jesus. Billy, I saw your hand.
Oh, Billy was going to go up to Leroy and heal him because, oh my god, that stupid squeaky toy. Because he also has a knack which allows him to spend a Benny and instantly heal a wound.
Holy,
so he's going to spend
for
a Benny
someone
and heal
else?
a wound. It doesn't specifically say himself.
What is it?
So, it's breech birth. He was born ass first. Just suited him.
Doesn't. That's you. It's for
That's
you.
just me? Okay.
Yeah.
No, let it happen.
Yeah.
Let it
Have
let it
you can
fucking happen.
you know what? Fuck it. Fine. Yeah. Who cares?
Don't let it happen. Don't heal.
Don't heal him.
No, don't
Okay,
heal.
then he
Let
won't.
me
He
have
will
this.
like go to
Let
go
me
like.
have this.
No, but that's really
That's
cool.
the thing,
That's a
Leroy,
cool
big
ability.
face wounds are cool. I mean, big
Oh my
face wounds are
God.
awesome. That's all I'm saying.
I don't have any of my own, but I hope to one day.
That's a really cool ability, though, being able to heal your own wound.
Oh yeah,
So
but that's all I was gonna do.
love it. But you are able to go up and help patch him up and make sure he's okay and all of that. And so with Abraham here, like approaching, hat just waving the smell away as he comes up, holds it over his nose and like kicks at the feet of the wolf. You son of a bitch! You killed me! And he turns around. All right. Who wants a goddamn drink? That's where we're going to close tonight's story. Great job, everybody, here in Howls in the Night. Well done, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us here for this impromptu one-shot. We will be back here in 2 weeks for our usual programming of the City of the Crimson Tower. If you want to catch up on any past episodes of this, City of the Crimson Tower, which is the other campaign we all play in, or The Wild Beyond, which is a D&D campaign that two of these players also play in, you can find it all on Go Buff Yourself podcast. You can find it anywhere where we turn it into a bit more of a narrative play. So if you want to catch up on anything, that's where you can find it. Thank you again for being here. If you liked it, feel free to follow the channel. Maybe sub if you think it was that great. No pressure. But we will be back also on Saturday for the next Wild Beyond the Witchlight session, and we are cooking up some extra special content here on the channel, including a new mini campaign, 10 to 12 episodes called Lords of Sin. our buddy got us the intro video, and it is sexy. So I cannot wait for that, and I'll hopefully kill a few PCs. So until then, though, I want to let these amazing players let you know where you can find them. And please don't go anywhere, friends, because you all raided us. We want to raid as well and share the love, so don't go anywhere. So, Sally, lead us off. Where can we find you?
Hey everyone, I'm Sally Quinn Creations. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, a lot of different places, links all over the place. We'll be doing body paints this week and probably like a fun Valentine's where we can like, I don't know, maybe burn people's names or something. I don't know. It's going to be a heartbreaker Valentine for fun stream. So if you come on over and we'll just, stab things like voodoo dollars or something.
Lauren.
Hello, I'm Lauren. I am the other half of Thousand Faces Cosplay. You can find me here on Twitch, Thousand Faces TTRPG, where you currently are. I'm also here doing some gaming as well. I like detective games, sometimes doing Dragon Age, and eventually I'll do something a little more chaotic once I've got my footing in it. I'm also creating at 95% Lauren, as well as Thousand Faces Cosplay stuff, some modeling stuff, a little here, a little there. Tune in or don't, whatever you feel like doing, Just something you should be doing, though, is hydrating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, thanks. Okay, bye.
Mav.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite Black Guy on the Internet here. Happy Black History Month as well. I enjoy just coming here and being able to play games and cool stuff. But if you like seeing me do this and be excited and all this having fun and shit, you should really check me out here on Twitch at Digital Clubhouse TV, where I play a lot of variety of video games, whether it be solo, multiplayer, action adventure, games to make you cry, or games to make you rage. You can find me tomorrow. We might be playing some more Payday. Who knows? It'll be with the boys. So there you go.
And last but not least, Maddie.
Hi, I'm Mithril Cosplays. I've been working on a few massive builds, finally breaking out of my art block and making some really cool shit. So if you wanna follow along, I will be posting more progress as I finish them off. I'll also be at Emerald City Comic-Con and Vancouver Expo in the next month or so. Holy crap, it's only a month away. I can't do this. But anyway, I'm here playing games with Ethan too, and yeah, you definitely want to check out this Lord of Sins because I hope Ethan kills me.
Ooh, it's gonna be good.
Do it.
And I am Ethan. You can find me as the Buff DM pretty much anywhere. Check out our YouTube, Thousand Faces Cosplay, for past episodes, for D&D advice content. On TikTok, the Buff DM, for all kinds of D&D and TTRPG advice and content. But also, I'm probably here working on the next episode of the podcast. So check out Go Buff Yourself if you want to hear all of that goodness. Now, we're going to go ahead and start this raid. Let's get this going. Now, until we see you next time, friends, take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. You deserve it. Maybe, go call your elected representatives and make sure that they are representing you in the way that you want to be represented. Just an idea. Until then, take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Drink some water. And go buff yourself. Bye, friends. And we...
How dare you not do the muscle thing?